Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Experience a higher level of service. David Adamson Designer Jewelry has been providing you the very best of fine jewelry and repair in Lynn Haven for over 32 years. David has added Amber Anderson and Russ Clare, names you've known and trusted in PCB for years with your fine jewelry and watch needs. Find that one-of-a-kind engagement ring, that special anniversary gift, or something colorful just for you. Amber and Russ will find it or build it for you. Serving Bay County and beyond in Lynn Haven at the corner of Ohio Avenue and 9th. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
WGSS Lynn Haven, WVOQ Port St. John. ESPN Northwest Florida.
4, 3, 2.
Stand by. On my mark. You survived the workday. Now survive the truth.
Don't you want to have the best 12 teams in college football playing each other?
It's time for the hardest hitting 2 hours on the Panhandle.
I love it. You're coming through. You got it, baby.
Now into the huddle with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz.
It is a joyous day. I love your show.
From the Emerald Coast to the edge of the atmosphere.
You gentlemen lift us up every day.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. It's Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest was Simon. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even try, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
We are ready to go on this beautiful Friday. You are listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot. That's right, for ACC basketball, Miami versus Virginia right after the show. Duke and Clemson, the nightcap at 8:30. About 25 minutes after that game's over, the Duke and Clemson game will show up. As always, on a Friday, Jeffrey's in the building. Jeffrey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We got a hot game right now going on.
Yeah, there's a good one going on. As always, on a Friday, we got Bone Crusher in the building. Bone Crusher, how you doing, man?
Man, the Gators dodged a bullet today.
Oh, yeah, they did in the first half. You know, that's what's crazy about these games. We've been talking about it. You've been texting me. You're like, oh, my gosh, this is a big upset. Oh, my gosh, this game's over. Oh, my gosh, this is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And and it gets to the second half, and it just like totally shifts to the other side, and that's what's crazy.
Yeah,
are you getting more and more like March Madness up in here? I mean,
it's not spring break.
I mean, you're not trying to have the pillow talk today, are you? I mean, you pumped up and ready to go, aren't you, with all these games?
I mean, I just tune into one game at a time, sometimes two. Okay.
Yeah, I got to switch back and forth.
And I'm like all over the place, and then I'm like, nobody cares about that game.
And then they catch back up.
And then the other team comes back, and then boom. I mean, literally, it was 20-10 for Florida over Kentucky.
Yeah.
10-point run, 2020.
Yeah.
And what do you know what Florida does? 13-point run, it's 33-20. And I'm like, what in the world? And then Kentucky came back a little bit, and then they just kind of left them around 7 or 8 points pretty much most of the rest of the game. I mean, how close did they get it down to in the second half?
I mean, it was like 9 and then 8, and then
they got it pretty close right there at the end. It was like
I was just done.
Yeah,
4, 6 or something.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like Kentucky was going to win that. I mean, it looked like they were in control.
It felt like Florida knew exactly what they were doing.
But Florida's shooting was sloppy.
They were, yeah. And which they've had that off time. That double bye is something that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurts teams not only in basketball, but it also hurts teams in football. It's crazy. This is the deal. You can't emulate a game scenario in practice. As much as everybody tries to, as much as all these coaches try to do everything they can from having piping in noise to trying to make it seem like it's a game, it's just not. And you can't duplicate it. And when you can't, sometimes you come in and Florida looked like it at the beginning of the game. There were some turnovers. The shots wasn't falling. It just seemed like a little off. UK fans were in the building. They were pumped up. They had, they were pushing for it. Yeah. But, I mean, it's just it is what it is. When a good team is a good team, they usually come back and get it. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because I sent you that Pitt was playing Stanford. And the guy was singing Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
And because the whole arena was just empty.
Yeah.
And you could hear the guy singing loud as day because there was nobody in the arena.
Yeah.
And then there's Vanderbilt, Nashville. This SEC tournament, there's people showing out.
Yeah.
For the games.
And you know what? That's what everybody needs to take a lesson from the SEC. Obviously, Nashville, that's really not a home court for anybody, even though it's close to Tennessee, it's close to Vanderbilt. But that's where you need to have it at these venues, and people will show up.
Well, when we talk about the Senior Bowl being in Mobile, that's their game. That's their thing. That's like their Super Bowl, their Mardi Gras, right?
Yeah.
Charlotte, they got the Hornets. When you're in Nashville, there's the Titans, and there's no basketball. So they're hungry for some basketball because they like basketball. And Kentucky's right up the road. It's right there.
Yeah, you got Kentucky that's close. You got Vanderbilt.
Huntsville.
You got Tennessee. Alabama's not too far from there. It's kind of a good location. And they are doing a good job with having it at Nashville because people will come there and they'll come to the game maybe that they want to watch, but then they stay for the weekend or they stay for the time and use it as a little bit of a vacation and have a good time in Nashville because there's all kinds of stuff to do.
Nashville is a little bit better of a place to visit than Charlotte.
Yeah.
And Charlotte, the problem with the ACC is you got SMU, 12, 14-hour drive, right? Stanford and Cal, Boston College and Pitt and Syracuse, that's
coming.
Far away.
And they're not going to travel anyway. Yeah.
Miami even. You have too many teams from other places. And actually, I kind of like the way it sounds crazy, but it sounds weird that I'm bringing them up. But the Ivy League has 8 teams. They put 4 teams into their tournament. It's quick. It's simple. You're going to get a pretty solid team in there. There's no wear and tear on the body. They took a whole week off. From Saturday to today, there was that was the last game of Saturday. They don't start up till tomorrow for a Final Four semis. And then Sunday, boom, they do the championship, and then they're in Selection Sunday.
But they can't do that with major colleges, and let me tell you why. Because the Ivy League schools, they don't need the money. They already got the money. They've got annulments that are sitting there, that are sitting there with billions of dollars in it. The money's not a big deal, but these other schools.
You mean endowments?
Endowments.
Okay.
I didn't mean to say annulments. Annulments.
They're getting a divorce today, guys.
Yeah, they're leaving each other. Endowments are so big, and that's the deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's so, and So, but also you got the fans. So find a venue that is good, that works. And I don't think
centrally
Charlotte,
located.
I don't think you can though. You're not gonna get Stanford. You're not gonna get Cal. They're not flying all the way across the country. And then you're not gonna get Miami. You're not gonna get Boston College to fly all the way to California for that tournament either. So you have it at a venue that there's other stuff there, whether you're at an NBA place or whether you're doing something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you can have that going. Charlotte, to me, when I hear Charlotte, I think of race cars. I think of NASCAR. And I think basketball. Yeah, I mean, but not really. Because what happens is that place livens up. And Nashville may just be an anomaly. Maybe there isn't no other place like Nashville. Maybe there isn't a place like Nashville anywhere else that the ACC could use to make sure that they pack those places out. Now, you got to have a good product because people don't just want to show up and watch two teams that are really not going to go to the tournament play. And you want those teams I think the alignment is totally off anyway. There's no reason why the teams in California should be playing on the ACC side of the country anyway. It doesn't make any sense. They messed it up. Stanford and Cal should be over there with
stuck with Wazoo and Oregon State
and Washington State and all those guys. They should be Arizona. And if they're not, then they need to be over there with Arizona. At least it won't be so far because I mean, just half the distance is better than the whole distance.
Yeah, I mean, just think of a central location for the Big Ten. There is no Nashville for them. Indianapolis, heck no. Chicago, Cleveland, come on.
I think Indianapolis is better. I think
no Nashville. There's no comparison.
I guess Nashville is the best place now that I'm sitting there thinking about it, but Indianapolis is pretty close. I mean, it's at least a little bit better. You got a lot of stuff you could do there. Their nightlife, not like Nashville, but their nightlife is pretty good. I mean, you could pull them down and do Miami, do something in Miami for the ACC and make all those teams travel to Miami. I mean, that would be something nice.
I think there's two cities that kind of, well, actually maybe three cities that make sense other than in Charlotte for the ACC. And that's actually Washington, D.C. It's kind of centrally located for that whole conference and everything. You got the Virginia teams right there and everything. And then probably like the Raleigh or Chapel Hill area, you know?
Yeah.
And then, of course, Atlanta.
Yeah. I guess maybe Atlanta would be okay.
Yeah. Because Georgia Tech's there.
Yeah, but Georgia Tech's not even invited to the game. How embarrassing would that be?
I know.
That you don't even get invited to your conference tournament and you're hosting, or it's hosted at your city. That would be embarrassing. But I think I don't love the Washington. I'm just trying to think of how they could do it to where obviously they would have more people there. And because if you look, I'm sure this is a different story. Nashville, Vanderbilt versus Tennessee right now playing is
tied at half.
It's packed. It's tied. It's good product.
Yes.
It's in a lively environment. That game is a prerequisite of a March Madness style game. And that's the type of games that get people's blood pumping and everybody excited about the tournament.
It's a 4 and a 5 seed. The winner plays Florida.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
So let me ask you, what do you think about the way that Florida, okay, so we talked a little bit about it, but let's dive deeper into it. Obviously, Florida coming in being the ranked number 4 in the country, number 1 in the SEC. You said they're going to lose before the championship. They're not going to win the SEC championship. How do you feel like them getting back to it now is going to help them? Where they had the break, now you think after playing Kentucky, it don't really matter who's next. Florida's going to find their juju and roll again.
Not if they played like they played today.
You think somebody's going to beat them if they play like that?
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you this. Since the 1979 of the restart, the SEC schools that have repeated have only been Kentucky, Florida, and Alabama, right? And Kentucky doing it 4 times. And then Florida doing it twice, 05 and 07, and then Alabama doing it 89 and 91. So there you go. So that's 2 seasons right there back to back. So you're saying no back-to-back this year because it hadn't been done since 2015 to 18, and that was by Kentucky. They won both times, a Cal-led team. So
and
you're saying
one
no.
title to show for it too.
Yeah,
Kentucky does for that.
So you're saying no, absolutely not.
I don't. Well, no, not absolutely not. If they played like they played today, Vanderbilt, Tennessee winner is going to beat them. in this next round tomorrow.
So do you think that the fans are going to have anything to do with whoever wins tonight, whether it's Tennessee or Vandy? Do you think their fans, it's going to seem like a home game for that group just because they're there?
Yeah. There's no preparation that you have to be like, well, actually, you either leave town or you stay. I mean, that's kind of how it is. I think, definitely home field.
You remember I told you I thought that Florida, if they were going to lose, they were going to lose to Kentucky at Rupp. If you remember last week, I said that, and they didn't. And then they played. Do you think Kentucky's got enough to do anything in the tournament? I mean, seeing how poorly Florida played and then seeing Kentucky really not capitalize. I mean, they capitalized in the first half, don't get me wrong, but do you think they've got enough to be able to make some noise in this NCAA tournament?
Little noise, win a first round. I thought they were heading for like a 9 or 10 seed, and then people are saying they could get possibly as high as a 7 seed. I mean, you're pulling a 10 seed if you are the 7 seed. So, I mean, sure, possibly. But think about it like this. If they really realistically get that 8 or 9 seed, which I think they're probably going to do, second round, they're playing a 1 seed. All these 1 seeds are top notch. I mean, Michigan didn't look great against Ohio State, only a 4-point win. But Arizona, Duke, Florida, come on.
Do you think that
they will not be in the same bracket with Florida?
No, they won't. They'll pull them out. Do you think that really that the way they started, though, do you think it gave them hope for the tournament? Because they did outplay Florida in the first half. And obviously there's 2 halves. I get that, and we've talked about it. But, I mean, you do realize that they were 5 of 23 from three-point land. That's not good. Mm-hmm. But even look at Florida. They were 3 of 20. And see, that's kind of how Florida plays when their bigs are the central focus of their offense. The bigs are the way they live and die. And they've got Florida playing like today in the tournament, they're going to be in trouble. Mm-hmm. They've got to have better guard play. And, I mean, they've got to be able to knock down the threes because you know how it is. You get in those tight games, you got to have a momentum stopper. You got to have somebody to get hot. Boogie, Xavier, somebody being able to hit the threes and knocking it down. I mean, because realistically, you're going to defend the ball. You're going to play good defense. I mean, they had 16 offensive rebounds today against Kentucky. And, I mean, 29 defensive rebounds. So, I mean, they were rebounding the basketball. They went with what they know they can do. And if you think about it, Kentucky had 8 offensive rebounds. They doubled them with 16. That's how Florida's going to grind teams out. But they can't go 3 and 20 from the three-point line.
15%.
Yeah. I mean, and 24-33 from free throw line. So, I mean, you got to be able to do better than that. They did have 9 steals, but in essence, realistically, they had 16 turnovers. Florida did today. They were sloppy with the ball. Mm-hmm. Now, are we going to say that was due to the layoff of being out, resting and all of that, or I don't understand your frowns. When you take off, so you don't have game reps. That causes you to be a little bit careless and sloppy with the ball.
For the last 4 months, basically, they've been playing Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday. This is Saturday, Thursday. Oh, it was a big break. It was an extra 24 hours. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Extra 24 hours, unlikely or unfamiliar practicing around the time, going to a new place in a facility where there's probably more UK fans than Gator fans.
Mm-hmm. They just played on the road at Rupp.
I know, but still, they had been playing and they had more continuity. I'm just saying that's how it works.
It wasn't like football.
Did you see any kind of referee stuff? Give it to me because I know you always like to do it. Go ahead and pound on. I'm a referee, so I'm on their side. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
He should have stripes on.
Tell me.
It'd be better liked. No, this guy came down with the elbow, hit the guy, and the guy's got his arm straight up.
Condon,
Condon he's got a bloody nose. He hits the ground, and they went to the table to go put the headset on and everything and watch. And I thought, are they going to call like not a flagrant foul, but a technical foul on Florida? And then Florida went to the line. They called it on Kentucky. The guy had a bloody nose. What happened?
I
had no volume on, no volume.
Okay, so I was running around town and I was listening to the game on 104.3 ESPN, where you can catch Miami and Virginia, Duke and Clemson tonight. I was listening. Great opportunity. It was exciting. Had me on the edge. I almost hit the lady in front of me because I was like, what is Kentucky score and is Gator score? And so anyway, when I heard it, they said that the nose of the Kentucky player was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. No joke. That's exactly what the Gator broadcast said. He's got to have a place to bring his arm, and just so happens the Kentucky's nose was right there. So great commentating by that. But but really, when you look at it, you're going to get that. You're going to get some good calls, some bad calls. That's just how it is. And you know as well as I do, if you allow a referee to be the determining factor of whether or not you win or lose, then you might as well go ahead and chalk that up for a loss. But I mean, if you look at the fouls, Kentucky had 24, the Gators had 19. The largest lead that the Gators had was 17. The largest lead that Kentucky had was, I think, 4.
Yeah, it's probably like 6-2 or something. Yeah. Really early.
It was early. Yeah. So, I mean, realistically, 2 tournament teams, 2 teams that are going in different directions. I feel like that as much as everybody from the UK side of the family is getting pumped up about alumni Mark Pope coming in, I'm just curious to see, because I lived in Kentucky those years that they got bounced in the first round. I lived in Kentucky the years that they went to the NIT, and there was always blame. There was always, okay, well, this happened. Nerlens Noel broke his leg. He was our best player. Yes, of course, anybody loses their best player, they're not going to do as well. Yeah. The other thing is we didn't match up well. Our guard play wasn't, this or that. We were more of an in the paint team, and we heard Cal say his reasoning behind why they lost and how next year was always the year for the national championship. But going forward with the Mark Pope era, this is another year of uncertainty, another year of not being in the top, another year of swinging and missing on some of the transfer portals that people that were supposed to come in that didn't come in that other teams got. And don't be surprised if next year, if Pope don't get it done, could be a possibility, another change coming. I know they love him. I know, he wore, the Jordans or those shoes, the Nike blue jean shoes or whatever it was, and started a little bit of a winning streak and all that. But, I mean, that kind of stuff goes out. So,
but I call these guys dinosaurs, but you can call them blue bloods. You can call them whatever you want. But the old dinosaurs in basketball, we're not talking about Indiana. We're not talking about UCLA. We're not talking about Maryland. We're not talking about all the teams of the past. The only ones that have kind of hung around is UNC, Kansas pretty much, and Kentucky.
No, Arizona's been in the hunt.
Oh, they are
Villanova
not a traditional 70s or 80s. They never won titles.
Well, 90s.
They won one in the late 90s. They're not that big of a blue blood.
Listen, everybody is not 70s like you are. I mean, you got to understand, you're older than people, and that's just part of it. But I'm talking 80s and 90s and early 2000s. If you look at it, Michigan, UNC, Duke, Michigan State,
Michigan had
Kansas,
Michigan
Kentucky.
Had won a title since 87 or 88.
I know, but they've been in the games. They've had good players. They're putting people in the pros. It's about to happen. Having this team being as good. I'm not a Big Ten homer at all. I don't want to see it at all. But I will say, I'm going to disagree with you. Yes, UCLA's not there. Indiana's not there. But those teams were late 80s and 70s. Bobby Knight's been gone for a while now, and that team never came back. So when you look at it, you got your Dukes, and you got your Virginias, and you got your Michigan States, and you got your Kansas. And, I mean, I think the Blue Bloods are still here. They're still relevant. Definitely the transfer portal, definitely the NIL has changed some of that. But I think this year's NCAA is going to be a big deal. And let me ask you this. Is Florida putting themselves into the blue blood era with Todd Golden?
If they win one more, yes. I mean, think about it. 4 titles in the last 20 years. That's incredible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm with you. I think realistically, when you look at it, the Gators have a really good shot. When we come back, we're going to talk about whether or not Todd Golden's going to stay. If he wins one more, is he going somewhere else? Somebody going to offer him more money? You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Reach out and smack someone. Call or text now. 850-215-6290. The Red 17 Studio Line. Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up tonight in the ACC semifinals, your Miami Hurricanes versus the Virginia Cavaliers.
Oh, he's been unconscious here in the second half.
The Hurricanes are playing for seeding and momentum. We'll have tip-off at 6, followed by Duke and Clemson at 8:30 on your home for college basketball.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Anna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. The rest of the day, there will be a gentle breeze out of the west-southwest. Sunshine and 70. Clear skies tonight. A bit colder at 56. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a light breeze right around 6 miles per hour with a high of 73. About the same at 75 Sunday. And we'll have some sun and very light showers. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning in to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you living with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
Lanier in transition hits the three and a sign of light from Knoxville. Playing driving right. Lob from Brazil and a two-hand slam. 6 on the clock. Now with 5. He drives on Maddox. Right elbow and three. Spins to the foul line. Jumper up and it rattles in at the buzzer.
Don't miss any of this year's action on the road to the Final Four with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the men's NCAA tournaments.
Listen live exclusively on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
Live, local, and now worldwide. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. Serving the universe at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for college basketball tonight. Right after the show, Miami and Virginia. And then after that, Duke and Clemson around 8:30 once the Miami-Virginia game's off. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of the show, you can be 850-215-6290, the Red 7T's phone line. Red 7T's, your spot for all things custom apparel right here in the Panhandle. Bone Crusher's here. Jeffrey's here. We're talking about this Florida Gator team. And, Jeffrey, I am going to read you something that happened off of the Facebook feed. Florida is the best team in the country, and they have been a blue blood. And you're rolling your eyes. Multiple championships, multiple Final Fours, multiple Elite Eights. I mean, the resume speaks for itself. right?
Is the SEC the most dominant conference this year?
It doesn't have to be.
Then they're beating a bunch of nobodies.
No, it's
all
not.
Year long. They lost to UConn of all teams. That's a team we're comparing it to. I mean, are we comparing it to Arizona or Duke? Because they're 1-2. Michigan's number 3.
Yeah.
Or is Florida number 3? You tell me. They're not Arizona and they're not Duke. They're not. So at best, they're third best in the nation as a whole for this whole season.
There's
if you look at the whole.
You're telling me that Duke is better than Florida right now,
yes.
No doubt. Even though you saw what they put on the floor last night.
Well, I mean, they were behind. They came back against a cruddy Florida State team. Okay, I'm sorry. I take it back. They're not cruddy. They played up. Florida State played up. They look good. Look better than Florida did today against Kentucky. I mean, I don't know who this person is. I don't want to know. But I'll tell you right now, you need to watch the game, replay the Kentucky game, and you'll see that is definitely no way the best team in the nation right now in college basketball.
Well,
no way.
I think if you look at how you match up and you play, I think that's just part of it. I think there was some sluggish. I think there was some things, but they turned it on and beat a UK team that has beaten teams this year. UK is not a bunch of bums. UK is not a team that has lost all the games. UK is not LSU. UK is a good basketball team. They're a good basketball program. The coach is a good coach to me. I think I mean, come on. The Gators are playing good basketball. What's the end result, my friend? Sometimes you're going to have those games where you don't look so good, but you still find a way to win. You know what that's called? A good basketball team. That's what it's called. When you lose, that's when you want to say something. But I'm just telling you, I disagree with your take. We're going to go ahead and go to the Red 17's phone line. We got Coach Green on the line. My friend, Coach Green of the Mosley Dolphins. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good about yourself.
I'm doing fantastic. Would you please, if you could, just kind of clear this little bit of discussion up about these Florida Gators, about the game they played today, and what Todd Golden has done with this team and how good they really are?
I will say I believe Todd Golden is probably the best or the second best coach in the country right now, him or Bob Hurley. Or is it Dan Hurley? Whichever one's at UConn.
Dan, yeah.
I think they are the two best. Since he's been there, SEC championship, he's won a national championship. He's about to win another SEC championship this year. And they are the best team by far in the country since those guards have started making shots. And I believe I said on the show, if Boogie Flan and Zagan Lee started making shots, Florida would be unstoppable.
And that's true. Like today, just so you know, Coach, they were not very good from three-point line. So that kind of goes against, if those guys are playing good, then they're going to be unstoppable. So they were a little bit sluggish, had some shots that they missed, didn't play as well as they did. But tell us what determines a good basketball team is not always being the most conducive, but winning the game when you need to. And, I mean, they left no doubt in the second half.
Yes, and I will say this is the day, as a teacher, this is the day before spring break. So my classes were very empty, so I watched the entire game. So I know everything. I know everything that happened. They shot poorly from three, but here's the thing is they are one of the top 5 defensive teams in the country. They have the best 4-man big rotations right there, and they have a good combination of guards. And usually the best team is going to win, and I truly believe that when they play, they can play any style of basketball. If you watch, they were getting buckets in 3 or 4 seconds. They went on a drought, but they also kept Kentucky at a drought too. And it's hard to win in the SEC. It's hard to win in Division I basketball. And if you look at their losses, it's Arizona, it's Duke, it's UConn, and they had 2 others where they dropped the SEC, opponents. They're hot right now, going into the tournament, and I think they have everything to win a national championship again.
When you look at how they play in the paint, though, I know we talked about it when you were here in studio, and you made the emphasis, and you just made it about the guard play. But realistically, when you look at how good they match up with teams that are really good in the paint, like your Michigans, like your UConns, and even if you look at Arizona, their bigs, if you can take one or two of those guys out of the game defensively, I mean, that's really where you can really make a big deal with those guys, because really Michigan can play. To me, Michigan is one of those teams that's going to be scary. I'm not really worried about Duke as much as I am Michigan and Arizona. Do you feel that same way about those two, or do you think Duke is really legitimate?
I told you that's my second favorite team is watching Duke, but unfortunately they've actually had some injuries at the guard position, so they're very thin. I hate to say it, but I could see Shire and the Duke boys, having an early exit. I hope not, but I could see that happening. Michigan is probably the most scary team in the country, I think, outside of Florida. They just have, play a really good brand of basketball, really well-coached team. And they're actually really fun to watch, but they have size as well. But Florida does have those four bigs, which I think three of them will probably play in the NBA, if not all four. And, they do a really great job for the most part of staying out of foul trouble, making you take tough shots, and then every rebound is there. So they're a very great defensive team. I'm a little bit of a homer, but I truly just basketball talk. I really do think they're the best team in the country.
Yeah, and when you look at the length, that's the deal. The length that they present, out on the perimeter, being able to take you outside and guard, that's the big deal too. But I don't want to take up your time. I know you're probably hanging out with your kiddos, but I'm so glad you called, and why don't you have yourself a great basketball field spring break, Coach, where you're not having to coach. Maybe you coach your boys on not to wrestle in the floor or something.
Well, we're outside right now. He's taking a break from playing soccer and shooting with his Gator basketball. He is now trying to spray me with the water hose, so I'm dodging that as we speak right now.
Well, that's fantastic. I appreciate you so much, and have a great time. And when the school gets back going on, I'd love for you to come in and talk tournament with us.
Yes, sir. Will do. Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach Green. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I want to read, too, when you look at it, Kyle Albritton says they will have the most teams in the tournament, talking to SEC. They lost to Duke by 1 at Cameron when our guards weren't gelling. Florida started out 5-4 and have been the best team in the country since then. So watch Florida versus Arkansas. We can cherry-pick games all day. They are the best rebounding team in the country, and Chinelu should be National Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, those guys, you can nitpick a game.
Yeah, we can cherry pick.
I'm not saying that some of your observations of the game today were incorrect. I'm not. But as a whole, this Gator team is going to present a lot of problems, and it's going to be because of the play that they have in the paint.
Remaining calm and shooting the ball, I don't say in the goal, but, I mean, the shooting's got to be better than it was today.
Yeah.
I mean, we looked at games 5-6 weeks ago, and we were like, oh, wow, this team is really incredible. They're just drubbing teams, 15, 17, 19-point wins against the SEC, who's not like they were last year. And the Duke has been beating some teams really bad. Heck, they beat Virginia, like a week and a half ago? I mean, just slaughtered them. And this is a Virginia team that Virginia's probably better than Arkansas and Alabama, and you heard it from here.
Oh, wow. I don't know about the Alabama.
The ACC middle is probably better than the SEC middle for sure.
I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to go ahead and go to the Red 17's phone line. We got Big Nate on the line. Nate, how you doing today, my friend?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good because spring break started. I finally got the bus back in the yard. I'm locking it up right now. And then them kids, I don't have to see them for at least 10 days.
I understand. I get it.
It's been a long 9 weeks, and I got 9 weeks after break, so then it's summertime. So
that's right.
We're talking college basketball today.
Yes. Yes, we are.
So my mind, I have a very analytical mind, as you probably have noticed. And I'm looking at teams that are going to be probably higher ranked in the brackets and stuff. But what a lot of people don't realize is that basketball is very subjected to rules, not so much as it used to be. But if a ref swallows their whistle and they let them play like a little bit more street ball than normal, teams that rely on that foul stripe during the regular season are at a disadvantage in the playoffs when you're going up against teams that don't have to go to the stripe to earn those extra points to get them over the top.
And that's a good point. I think it's going to be and you know, when it goes from different venue to different venue, the referees change, they move, they go to different spots. You won't get the same ones that you get in the first round or the second round. They'll change them up. I'm wondering how it's going to work, because if you remember, let's rewind a little bit. If you remember the college football playoffs, they held on to the whistle a little bit more, let them play a little bit more, and I'm wondering if the NCAA had something to do with that. And so I'm wondering, to say all that, I'm wondering if the NCAA is going to say something to the referees here, because I'm telling you, when you go over and watch, and Jeff was there, he went over and watched Gulf Coast with us, sometimes you don't get a call. You go to the basket, they might touch you 4 or 5 times before they even allow it, and then maybe at the end of the game they'll start calling a little bit more of the fouls that come up. But I'm telling you, that does make a good point. You're exactly right. So it's going to be those teams that can hit shots from the outside, and it's going to be those teams that can rebound. You know, if you can't rebound in the NCAA tournament, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and I see, I'm a very defensive-minded type of basketball player when I was in school. I mean, I was like the 9th guy off the bench to basically junk up the middle. I mean, when you're 6'4" and like 255 in high school, and that's the tallest guy on the team pretty much, except for a couple of other guys, I was there basically to dish out punishment and to make them think twice about, you know, diving into that lane.
Yeah.
And if I put a body on you, you're not going to get that shot off. I'm sorry. I'm too big of a wide body to do that. But that being said, I only fouled out of one game my entire career in basketball in high school. So I must have been playing at least decent defense.
Yeah, you moved sound like you moved your feet a little bit. I fouled out more than that, which I played a lot, but still, I
was a
fouled out some.
lineman in high school too in football. So yeah, my feet work was everything I had.
That's funny.
So,
but I think when you look at how this is going to come about, I honestly believe that the Gators have got all the – I mean, the thing is I know that there's other coaches that have won maybe more championships or maybe been in there longer and all of that. But if you watch Todd Golden, he's so energetic on the sideline. And not that the other coaches aren't, but – he just seems like he knows when to put this player in that's going to allow this to happen. And then his excitement, the kids, and I call them kids, but I mean they're all in their 20s. They feed off of him. So I'm telling you, I think the Gators have a long run, and it doesn't really matter what side of the bracket they're on.
So he's like Bobby Fischer is what you're saying. He plays the chess match pretty good from the sideline.
Oh, he does. He's ready to go.
It's going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to filling out my bracket with you guys.
Yes.
I'm sure we're going to have some different hot takes. But as always, I am tuned in to the Sports Blitz every day, Monday through Friday, as I can.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Paul. You guys are awesome.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yes, we are definitely going to have, don't forget, our bracket challenge. We're going to be live right at the Lone Star Boil House next Wednesday from 4 to 6. We're going to stay after, eat, have good times, fill out brackets. Maybe everybody can poke fun at Jeff and see who he's going to pick to win his bracket. And, you know, I think it's going to be good. You know, I think, you know, let me read this too. Even as bad as the guards were playing at the beginning of the season, they only lost to UConn by 4, TCU by 4, Duke by 1, and Arizona by 6 in the first game. We're significantly better now. And that's the thing. You know, and I believe that's what Golden did. I think Golden did this on purpose because, yeah, you can get a false sense of what your team is based off of all you play is your conference for the most part. And then if you don't step out of the box, do you realize who they played this year? They played Arizona. They played Duke. They played TCU. They played UConn. They played these teams that you're talking about that have a chance to win it all. And it was early, and I think it really helps them understand where they need to be.
And they lost.
They did.
And they have 6 losses.
They do.
And if you add Duke's losses to Michigan's losses to, and Arizona's losses 2, you get the 6 losses that the Gators have.
Right. That's right.
So these other 3 teams have the same amount of losses as one team that's not in the best conference in the nation.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The math is mathing up for me.
The math is mathing for you. When we come back, I promise you we won't have any mathing problems. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Now.
This is Touchstone service.
The Red 70 studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290. The chaos lives here. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida presents March Madness.
Living up to its name, the Madness. 3, top of the key, got it!
Catch every upset, every buzzer beater, and every heart-stopping moment of the NCAA tournament.
Whitewater, he's going to take the 3. And
Your home for the Big Dance is right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
that right there is the explanation point.
Full residential and commercial projects from start to finish. Wheelhouse is ready to help. From the moment you have the thought to build to the moment you step through the front door of your finished project, Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering will walk you through all of your aspirations. Engineering, site plans, live architectural design, construction, 3D rendering, permits, and more. Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering, 850-896-6597, 850-896-6597, and online at wheelhousedba.com.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Ask for special ESPN Northwest Florida pricing.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Lanier in transition, hits the 3, and a sign of life from Knoxville. Lane driving right. Lob from Brazil and a 2-hand slam. 6 on the clock. Now with 5, he drives on Maddox. Right elbow is raised, spin to the foul line. Jumper up and it rattles in at the buzzer.
Don't miss any of this year's action on the road to the Final Four with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the men's NCAA tournaments.
Listen live exclusively on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
Call-ins are not welcome. They're expected. Pick up the damn phone.
I'm ready to go in, Coach.
850-215-6290.
Just give me a chance.
Now back to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Just give me the damn ball.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida, your spot for all things college basketball. Don't forget tonight, right after the show, Miami versus Virginia, and then Duke versus Clemson right after that one. Going to be 4 teams vying for that ACC championship. We will be talking about that in just a moment. But, you know, when you look at how it's all set up, Jeffrey, it's going to be an interesting tournament. Don't forget, next Wednesday, we're going to be having the live show right there at the Lone Star Boil House. We want you to come from 4 to 6. Be with us during the show. We'll do some fun stuff. We're going to have some pretty exciting things to talk about, obviously, because of the tournament. But also, we'll be talking with the people there. And maybe you can come on and get some opportunity to be on the radio and be right there with us. We're going to be going live as well on Facebook and YouTube, so you'll be able to join us right there. We want you to come and be a part of that. It's going to be an awesome time. You get to talk to Jeff and I, and, it's just going to be a great time. There's going to be food specials. We got to talk about that. $25 crawfish platters, 3 pounds with the fixings, $25. That's going to be awesome. And then don't forget as well, we're going to be filling out our brackets. When you fill out your bracket, then you're going to be, whoever wins the bracket will be keeping up with it throughout the tournament on the show. We're going to be telling you who's in the lead, who's up. Our makeshift accountant is going to be able to make sure to crunch the numbers and get it right. But also, they're going to have drink specials. What's the name of the drink? I don't ever know. Amber Bach for $2, and then there's a Paul Wilson special. It's
got vodka and lemonade.
The lemonade part's the Paul Wilson side, though. It's a Paul and Jeff's special. The part that's lemonade is me, and you're the vodka. There we go. So that's what it's going to be. So they'll have a sports blitz special. And so,
why should all the LSU guys have the liquor?
Well, you guys
you're in charge of it.
You guys have got to stop throwing glass bottles from balconies, and you won't go to jail. Another thing, let's talk about that for you guys that are local, that maybe you're listening right now. Don't drink on the beach. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to be on probation just because you did something stupid at spring break. Have a great time. If you're going to drink your alcohol, drink it before you go, and then go out and have a good time.
I don't really get the whole drinking and sunbathing or doing stuff in the sun. You just get dehydrated and feel like junk afterwards. Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, a frozen drink, sure, one of them, maybe two, but that's it.
Well, let me read some of the Red 7T's phone line text. Don Owens says, how about them Gators going to win the SEC championship no matter who they play? Go Gators all the way. Go to the big dance and win it all. So there you go, Don.
So I just looked at it like a couple of minutes ago. Tennessee was up by 7. They were up by like 3 and 5 before that, but they're up by 7 now on Vandy, which would be not really an upset.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, because they're the 4 and they're the 5 seed, right? And Tennessee was up there in like 2nd and 3rd seed at some point, right? Like, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And it took a couple losses, big deal. But another good game. I mean, we can compare it to the ACC, because we could be looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4 seed tomorrow in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, it could be. It could be like that. Real quick, Michigan State Bruce says, the Big Ten has been playing in Indianapolis for years for this reason.
Yeah, but Indianapolis, okay, take the word party and put it next to Indianapolis. Maybe for the Indy 500, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, there is more things to do, it seems like. I mean, when you look at how they play there and what the things that they have going on, I mean, you got Caitlin Clark there. You got the Indianapolis 500. They're trying. You got the Indianapolis Colts. I mean,
they're trying.
You never know. You could be walking down the street and see Indiana Jones. Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, whoever, whatever nickname you want to use. Jonathan Taylor could be there. I mean, all of those people could be there. So.
And, I don't want to say, we have flagship universities. Indianapolis is a flagship city of that whole state. It's in the middle, has the most people. All the activities are centered around that town.
But so let's look at the SEC tournament. So would it surprise you, though, that Tennessee were to get in there and win it? Or because they're athletic. That's one thing about it. And Rick Barnes is a good coach. I mean, we can't not say Rick Barnes isn't a good coach.
Yeah, he's good.
And then still, you got Arkansas and Alabama who really hasn't played yet. Nobody's talking about them. And I mean, they can go on a run as well. So the SEC, to my point, I disagree with you that it's not very strong, because Arkansas can play with anybody. Alabama can play with anybody. Florida's definitely, the standard bearer in the SEC. And then you got teams like Vandy and Tennessee who could match up pretty good with these other teams because of their athleticism. That's the thing about the SEC, that they're a little bit athletic. They're not as robotic. When you watch some of these Big Ten teams play, they play that fundamental basketball. They look a little bit more fundamental. And I think the SEC, well, I'm biased. I want the SEC to win, so that's why I'm saying it.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about all the similarities. The major one, 1, 2, 3, and 5. If Tennessee wins this game right now, we could have the 5 seed Tennessee playing the 1, 2, 3, playing tomorrow, right? The games tonight, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Same deal.
UNC was the 4 seed. Right. Clemson outed them.
And for fairness to UNC, lost their best player.
And played close against Clemson.
Yeah.
I
don't see Clemson making any noise now. I could see them beating Duke, but we'll talk about the ACC at the top of the hour.
Let's do apples to apples right now. Florida's playing the one seed Duke, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who wins?
Florida.
Up for grabs.
Florida. No, it's not up for grabs.
All right. 2 seed Virginia is beating Bama. I know you hate it, but Virginia's going to beat Bama. They're both the 2 seeds. Miami, as a 3 seed, can beat Arkansas. I'm sorry, you might not agree, but they're going to beat Arkansas.
But okay, so let me ask you this, though. Where Duke is stronger in the paint and their guard play is not so good.
Yeah.
What about Alabama giving Duke all they want because Alabama is strong in the guard play?
Yeah, you think the matchup is better.
Yeah, I like Alabama against Miami.
Yeah?
I like Alabama against Miami.
And then Tennessee is going to beat Clemson, I think.
Arkansas beats Clemson. Alabama beats
Everybody
Clemson.
beats Clemson. I'm sorry. I mean, no knock on Clemson, but when they're playing with the big boys, they're not going to be.
Tennessee matches up well with Duke because Duke is only their guards. I mean, they got the one guy that scored last night. I can't remember what his name was. And then they got the boozer. But, I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see it the same way.
It's close.
And that's really like one of the listeners, Kyle Albritton, he's saying the same thing. Florida, Arkansas, Alabama, Vandy is much better with the semi-collection than Duke, Clemson, Virginia, and Miami. And that's give or take who you're biased towards, realistically. And you're seeing it as, again, you watched this game today with the Gators. They underperformed in your eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they, as much as we've talked about them, you sat down, you watched it, you saw it, and you're like, no, they're not as good as Duke. They're not as good as Michigan. They're not as good as Arizona. They're not as good as UConn. They might not be as good as Iowa State today. And that's the thing about being in a tournament. You've already said you feel like they're going to lose in the SEC tournament, but if they do lose in the SEC tournament, could you see them turning on the 8 wins to win it all? Because isn't that what it is?
Six.
Okay, 6 in a row.
Yeah, sure, they can win it all.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball bounces a certain way. I mean, you go get it, you rebound better, you get hot on the shots, and you don't go 3 for 20 on the 3-pointers.
Again,
sure.
It's about matchup, though. It's about matchup, though. It's who can play very good against their weakness and your strength. And that's really where it all boils down to.
And they have the confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've got returning
Kentucky did
players.
not look confident today like they were going to beat Florida.
Well, Florida's got returning players that played for the national championship last year and won and started.
Yeah, and they just beat them last Saturday. So it was like, the painting was written. Everything was written. Kentucky didn't go out there and go get it like they were hungry.
Well, they jumped out early. They had the momentum. The crowd was involved.
Yeah.
Florida was playing sloppy, and that's just kind of how it worked out.
But the thing is that the only thing that really hugely impressed me was when Kentucky went on that 10-point run, Florida followed up with a 13-0 run right after it.
Yeah.
And I felt like at that point, I was like, it's not done, but it's almost done.
You know what the thing is, though? We talk about guard play being so important in the tournament because you have to, turn around and play and turn around and play and turn around and play and all that. Limiting teams to one shot at the basket, that's where it's at. And you know who really does well at that? Florida. They do well because they're good in the paint. And that's one of those things that I feel like with Todd Golden having the experience, he knows that he can match up with anybody in the paint. And if you can match up with anybody in the paint, you just got to be able to throw your guards out there. And like I said, Coach Green said it way better than I could say it, in the fact that if the guards for the Gators play like they're supposed to or can, if they play that good, they may be unstoppable because you saw what happened last night with Duke. You see when you watch Virginia, when you watch Miami, when you watch Clemson, when you watch Michigan play Ohio State today and really look not great. I mean, when you looked at Michigan today, when they were playing against Ohio State, they're going to make the tournament. They're going to be a 7, 8, and 9, something like that. And when you look at Michigan, they didn't look like the top
dominant,
2, 3 team in the country. Now, you could say, well, Ohio State was playing out of their sneakers or whatever, but still, I mean, I don't know. I think Michigan, though, they're coached very well. I think they've got athletics. I think they can beat you inside. They can beat you outside. I think they're the team that I would be most scared of because they match up good with the Gators. So hopefully that would, to me, be where I would hope we wouldn't see them, and I say we being the SEC, the Gators, seeing them into the final game. I wouldn't want them to be on the Gators side.
Yeah.
I'd much rather see Duke on that side. I'd much rather see Arizona on that side.
And we're not as privy to the whole Michigan State and Illinois, because those are the next two teams in the Big Ten. But the Big 12 can't be overlooked, with Houston and Iowa State as being the 2 and the 3. And I think Kansas is up in the mix and everything.
And I know Texas Tech and Kansas.
Texas Tech is done.
Yeah, because of their players.
Yeah, the players.
And I mean, the thing is that Kansas is the same to me. Like, they're kind of two. They're like bipolar a little bit. Mm-hmm. They're good one day, and then the next day they don't look very good. So I think those are I think you're right. I think those top teams that you're talking about, I don't see Houston making a long run, even though they got a lot of seniors on that team that played a lot of important basketball.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. So we're going to come back. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the tournament. And the ACC is on deck. We got to talk about this Duke Blue Devil team. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Hear the game. Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up tonight in the ACC semifinals, your Miami Hurricanes versus the Virginia Cavaliers.
Oh, he's been unconscious here in the second half.
The Hurricanes are playing for seeding and momentum. We'll have tip-off at 6, followed by Duke and Clemson at 8:30 on your home for college basketball.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. Tonight there will be very little wind, clear skies, and 57. Mostly sunshine tomorrow morning, about the same at 71. In the afternoon and evening, mostly sunny and a gentle breeze right around 8 miles per hour with a high of 76. About the same at 75 Sunday, and we'll have a variety of some sun and light sprinkles. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you ready for another historic season at the bank? It's time to lock in your seats for 2026 by placing your deposit now. Next season will be played at Everbank Stadium, but seating capacity is limited due to in-bowl renovations, and spots are going fast. Don't miss out on your chance to see the season's biggest matchups and highlight real moments by placing your deposit at Jaguars.com/tickets or by calling 904-633-2000. Go Jags!
Looking for the most romantic night out in Panama City? Ferrucci Ristorante is your destination for authentic Italian cuisine and unforgettable moments. The candlelight, the wine, the homemade pasta. It's like a little slice of Italy. From handcrafted sauces to centuries-old recipes, Ferrucci brings true Italian flavor to every plate. It's where love stories begin and anniversaries are celebrated. To reserve your table, call 850-913-9131. Ferrucci Ristorante, Panama City's most romantic escape.
WGSX Lynn Haven, W Field, Q Port St. John. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida presents the madness of college basketball. Who will be this year's Cinderella? Listen exclusively on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Stand by. On my mark. You survived the workday. Now survive the truth.
Don't you want to have the best 12 teams in college football playing each other?
It's time for the hardest hitting 2 hours on the Panhandle.
I love it. You're coming through. You got it, baby.
Now into the huddle with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz.
It is a joyous day. I love your show.
From the Emerald Coast to the edge of the atmosphere.
You gentlemen lift us up every day.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. It's Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest was Simon. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even try, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share right now.
You are off. It is 5 o'clock, and you made it to another weekend, baby. We're so glad you joined us today. Don't forget, you can be a part of this show, 850-215-6290, the Red 7T's phone line. Don't forget, right after this show, Miami, Virginia, then Duke and Clemson. I got Jeffrey in here dogging out the Florida Gators. He is. Some of you Gator fans need to rise up and call in and tell him off today. It does not matter. I mean, I know we got the wrestling event coming up in April, but you can go ahead and give them elbows to him today. Let's get him going strong. I mean, one game does not depict it, because if it did, then last night's Duke team is not the number one team in the country. How in the world could you be even close to losing to a Florida State team that has been inept all year long? There's no possible way you could look at that Duke team and say, yeah, number one seed in the tournament, baby, they're going all the way. No possible way.
Yeah, you know what Kentucky is? A 9 seed in the SEC. You know what Florida State is? An 8 seed in the ACC.
Oh, my gosh.
Are they the same?
Do you think? No,
they might be.
No, they're not the same. You know why they're not the same, Jeffrey? Because Florida State is not going to the tournament. Guess where UK is going? To the tournament. Yeah. Why? Because they're better.
Oh, no, because they're a name.
No, they're better. They are better. And let me tell you this, while we're talking about it, as bad as Florida played last night, they still won by like 8. Duke played like trash. They played against a team that's not very good, and they only won by 1. And they really should have lost the game, because everybody knows that you don't shoot a three-pointer with 5 or 6 seconds left in the game when you're only down by 1. You take it to the hole and try to either make the basket or get fouled so you can win the game on the free throw line. Everybody and their mom knows that. I don't know what the kid was thinking. I wish he would have rewound it in his mind and said, I need to take the ball to the basket instead of shooting this three-pointer. Did you see the game? Did you watch the game? That was terrible.
I got a little trivia for you, Paul.
You got me fired up is what you got.
Yeah, but you'll like this trivia. Because I want you to tell me the top, let's say just say top 10 scoring teams in the nation. 3 of them are SEC teams. I want you to tell me which 3 they are.
They're going to be Alabama.
Alabama's number 1 in the nation.
I know.
Wow.
I know. And number 2 is going to be...
The second one is from the SEC. That's in the top 10. And when I saw the over-under in today's game, I was like, what in the world? I want to bet on this one. And then I realized how much they've been scoring for the last 13 games. It's unreal.
Yeah. It's probably going to be the Gators.
No, it's Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay.
Arkansas is number 3 in the nation in scoring. Miami of Ohio is number 2.
Yeah.
Which is, I ain't playing nobody. But anyway, the third team from the SEC in the top 10 in scoring, you'll never guess it. It's Georgia. It's the Georgia Bulldogs at number 5.
I knew it was Georgia, actually.
Bone crusher.
Yeah.
Your team can score?
And they might get to go to the tournament. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a wait and see.
Yeah, it's a wait and see.
Outside of that, we got 11 is Texas A&M. Number 12 is Florida in the nation. Vandy's 13. We got a lot of SEC teams up in here in the top 20.
And for you to say they're not that good, I'm sorry. You to say the SEC is down this year, I don't know if they are.
Compared to last year, they are.
I don't know if they really are. But we're going to go ahead and go to the Red 7T phone line. We got Robert on line. Robert, how you doing today, my man?
Mr. Wilson, it is Friday, and I am in PCB, Florida, and the sun is shining, and it's tournament time.
That is right, my friend. It sure is. We're excited about it. It looks like the Vanderbilt Commodores have taken the lead from Tennessee. So you got to tell us something about that, Robert.
I don't know. I disagree with everybody saying Rick Barnes is not a great coach. I mean,
all right.
The team he had at Texas with the Durant and all them, he couldn't take them all the way, man. He couldn't take the trash out to the road right now. I'm sorry, I'm a big artist fan. But let's just go back to this. I'm sorry, I'm SEC biased, but the only team in the SEC that can, the ACC that can play in the SEC is Duke. I'm sorry. North Carolina, the way they're playing right now, lost their best player, they'll get booted out of there. Florida State always plays Duke tough in the tournament, and they got good guard play.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes to win the NCAA tournament. Let's go back when Calipari was at Memphis and he was playing in the Final Four. I can't remember playing in the final game that year. I've coached basketball for 20 years up in Tennessee. Defense and free throws win ball games, gentlemen. Period. Bottom line. It don't matter if you're in the tournament. It don't matter if you're not in the tournament. Defense and free throws win ball games. Memphis proved that year. Guys, y'all have a great weekend, and we love you. And love on your people, all right, guys?
All right, Robert. We always value your calls, my friend. Thank you so much for being here.
Vanderbilt's up by 3 with 4 minutes.
So you got 4 minutes to go. He's right. He's right. You got to hit your free throws.
Yeah.
You got to be able to play good defense, and that's part of it.
Rick Barnes being a bad coach?
Yeah, what'd you think about that? I was going to ask you.
Man, I need to revoke that man's orange jumpsuit.
I don't know. I think he's got something. I mean, we do talk about these coaches that are so good, but they don't produce. So you got to do.
Everybody said that about Coach K till he won back-to-back in 91 and 92.
Yeah,
because he always made it to the Final Four and lost out.
That is true.
And then once he broke the I don't even know what to call it. He broke the potion. He broke it out and then just started winning and winning more and more and more.
And Rick Barnes is not a Coach K, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's no Coach K.
And I'll tell you who is the worst coach of all time. And I've said this before. Dale Brown is the worst coach
he's
of all time.
He's a great cheerleader, though.
I tell you what, to have Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Jackson, Vernell Singleton, and Stanley Roberts all on the same team and not win it all, you, my friend, cannot coach.
Yeah, you can't coach talent. But when he made the Final Four in 80 and 86, he had little amount of talent, and he still made the Final Four both those times. Louisville ousted us, and they won a national title. And then Indiana ousted us, and they won a national title.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
well, let me ask you this. When you watched Duke play last night, obviously they've lost some of their guards.
Mm-hmm.
One guard can't play for the rest of the season. Broken foot. All right. Big time player, was one of their starters, one of their guys that played. The other has a small problem with his foot. They're going to sit him out and see if he can go for the tournament.
Yeah.
Does that affect your bracket?
You know what? Of course, I'm going to do wait and see. I mean, Saturday is going to be a big day.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday also. We're going to have to wait and see how, because the Gators might not come out and try and win it all. Because they know if they get that 1 seed, what's the use in trying to prove to everybody that they deserve the 1 seed? You got a 1 seed. You just go and settle out and not kill yourself to win some trophy that they might not prize as much. Because it's all about the big dance. It's not about winning the SEC tournament. That's my take on it. Maybe the Gators think differently about it. We'll have to see. But Duke missing these guards, could they lose to Clemson? Possibly.
Yeah.
If they played like they did last night, because they're pretty good.
They're better than Florida State, I can tell you that. And I know Florida State always plays them tough. And let's give a shout out for Steen, who played last night for the Seminoles, graduated at Arnold High School, 1,000-point performer over there. Just a great guy. Went to Florida Southern out of high school, chose that route, didn't go the Division I route. He had opportunity to go, but wanted to stay in state and played at Florida Southern, played really good. And
Tallahassee.
And then now he moved on to Tallahassee. Now think about this. The schools that were wanting him to come play his senior year, which was this year, UK, Kansas, Ole Miss, and I think there was a couple more. I can't recall, but he chose Florida State, wanted to stay in the state, so it's pretty cool. And I'm gonna reach out, try to get him on the show for the bracket. I think that would be good for March Madness to have him to give us a perspective, because he was the one last night that when the 3-point shot went up and it hit the back iron, he went up to jump to try to hopefully tip it in. and he was the one that fell on the ground with his hands in his face. So tough loss for them. They should have won. Going to read this from the Facebook page. Who the most awful coach is? Calipari. No coach in any sport has done less with more. All those money handouts couldn't get him more than one title before it was legal for everyone to get money. So there you go. I will say this. There's a dealership in Lexington named Paul Miller Ford, and for whatever reason, I think Anthony Davis had a brand new car when he was around Lexington. I'm not going to say who gave it to him.
It wasn't a truck?
I don't know. It was a car. I think the Corvette kind. But anyway, so moving on to the ACC tournament. Duke's got Clemson at 8:30. Virginia's got Miami at 6 right here at 104.3 ESPN. Would it surprise you if Virginia were to run the table? Who's the second best team that you think is in the SEC? Do you think it's Virginia, or do you think it could be Clemson or Miami?
No, Virginia is. They won 13 of the last 14 games. That one loss was to Duke. Duke controlled that game against Virginia. That's the only thing that scares me about Virginia, is that the way that they lost to Duke. And are they going to get a 2 seed? If they beat Miami, they will. And I would probably have them going to the Elite 8.
Really? So you think they're beating Miami tonight? You think that's good? So you're going to make Christopher. You made all the Gator fans mad today, and now you're going to make Christopher Multiconte and the Miami faithful. You're going to make them mad now. So you're anti-Florida today.
No,
that's what you are.
Hey, I give props to the Seminoles. They played decent.
Let me tell you something. I call it like I see it. You know that we're straight-laced here. We don't sidestep it. We go straight after it. Jeffrey today, for whatever reason, Gator hater in the building. That's what you've been. And that's kind of given us an idea of which way you're going to lean for your brackets. So just know that when you come to our live show on Wednesday at the Lone Star Bowl House, you can talk with Jeff. You can let's don't throw anything at him, but you definitely can passionately have conversations with him, if you know what I mean, Gator fans. Because Jeffrey really is being a Gator hater today, and now you're a Hurricane hater as well. So, I mean, what are you? ACC Jeff? Midwest Jeff? What are we calling you?
Sunbelt Jeff? Maybe I can get a coaching job with the Gators.
No. Now you're trying to go all in, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, but one Sunbelt coach is doing really good right now, and I'm just telling you, Summerall's looking really, they're looking good. They're looking good.
Best team in the offseason.
Oh, here we go. Wow. So when you look at how, how Duke is going to get the number 1 seed. Even if they lose, they're going to get the number 1 overall seed. They're going to be...
the overall?
Yeah, they'll get the number 1 overall seed, right? You don't think so?
If they lose to Clemson and Arizona runs the table in the Big 12 tournament?
Yeah. I mean, Duke,
you don't think Arizona's not going to steal it from them?
I don't think so. I don't think they believe that the... I mean, is the Big 12 better than the ACC?
I don't know. I mean, y'all talking trash about Clemson and Miami being football schools or something like that. I mean, we're talking about Houston and Iowa State and Kansas. I mean, Big 12's not shabby. And if Arizona runs it and does it in double-digit fashion, I think Arizona could steal this overall number 1 seed.
You think so?
Especially if Duke loses.
So if you were a Florida fan, which we know by the way you're talking about them today, you're not. Which side of the bracket would you like to be on? Would you rather be on the Michigan side? Would you rather be on the Duke side? Would you rather be on the Arizona side? Because that's going to be the 4. That's going to be the 4 number 1s. I mean, regardless of what they do right now, that's going to be the 4 number 1s. Duke, Florida, Michigan, and Arizona. Which side would you prefer? Because I would prefer not having Michigan. I would take Duke first if I had a choice, and then I would take Arizona, and then my last choice would be Duke or Michigan.
Wow. Yeah. No, I want to be on the opposite side of Arizona regardless. And nothing against Ty, him being a Michigan guy, but I just feel about Arizona also.
Yeah,
you heard me say Duke a couple of times, and now I'm kind of leaning towards a little bit of Arizona, and I don't want to say Michigan's the 3rd best team in the nation, but I guess I kind of just did.
Did I sway you a little bit with this talk about Duke? Are you now swayed? Because when we first started talking,
twice.
You've been talking about Duke so much this week, really. I mean, they're the number 1. They're the number 1. They're so good. Duke's so good. Duke is this. Duke is that. And, I mean, John Shire has not won a national title.
No, he's not.
So,
and you know what? The Florida game today didn't impress me. The Duke game last night, the score doesn't impress me at all.
Yeah.
Just wait, because Arizona might not win the Big 12.
What happens then?
Tournament.
Then you're going to fall.
Then
you're just
Arizona still got a 1 seed,
you're
obviously.
Going to fall into the Michigan. You know what? If you watch
maybe day by day.
Yeah,
maybe it might flip-flop.
You're like a flip-flop fair weather fan, always picking the winner.
Well, maybe
that's what he's going to do, guys. Just so you know, let's just go ahead and lay it out right now. Jeff is going to pick. If you look at his bracket, and we'll let you look at it. I'll take a picture of it as soon as he makes it.
We're going to
post
it
on the Facebook. Yes, and I guarantee you, Jeff is not going to have one upset on his whole bracket.
No.
He's going to have every person that is supposed to win. They're going to win, and that's the way Jeff's going to go with his bracket.
I'm going to call it right now. I will have a 3 seed beating a 2.
Really?
I will, absolutely. Will I have a 12 beating a 5? Maybe not. But probably a 10 beating a 7, though.
You think so?
Yeah. It just depends who falls where.
I figured you definitely would be the way you did football season, how you did NFL, how you did college. You always went with the favorite.
No,
and then whenever
that's
you
not true.
And whenever you would do good when you came in here and you would be like, "Oh, I was 4-0." Yeah, you picked all the winners.
No, Miami
you picked
upset.
all the ones.
Miami was a 10. They beat a 7 Texas A&M. That was not an upset. Now that we're looking back at it, we're like, oh, well, maybe that wasn't an upset. No, it was an upset. A 10 beating a 7 is an upset.
I mean, that's the truth. I mean, people are already talking about you on the Facebook page anyway. They said you're just like a Florida State fan. You're always a Duke fan in basketball.
Ooh. No, you know what? LSU is 16th, dead last in SEC. It's time to jump ship and just look at baseball, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, they're looking okay in baseball. They started out pretty good, but then they started losing a little bit. So, I mean, you kind of changed a little bit. Now, this is how it's going to go, fans. If you listen to Jeffrey talk about his LSU team is going to be basketball was terrible. Let's look towards baseball. Then baseball's going to fall off. Let's look towards football. If football falls off, we got a great gymnastics team.
Women's basketball is really swell.
I mean, that's just how Jeff does. He just falls from sport to sport.
Their bowling team?
Yeah. Have you seen their dart team? They're so good. They're curling this year in the Olympics.
You know what got me motivated today? And you know I'm a foodie, right?
Yeah.
I heard that they have barbecue teams at these high schools in Texas. And I said, oh, my God, I got to go to Arnold and start them up on a barbecue team. I don't care if I have to buy them the first grill.
There you go.
Could you imagine the people joining the barbecue team at Arnold?
We could do it.
And they're going to beat everybody because we'll probably get a good grill and some decent meat up in there. I'm all for it.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Either way, you know as well as I do, LSU is inept in basketball, and until they get somebody that can cheat and win, they're not going to be very good. So
it's not
what was the old coach's name? What was his name?
Wade Wilson?
Yeah, Wade Wilson. He's coming back, right?
He's at North Carolina State. He lost to Virginia in the last round. That was yesterday. And I think it was like 7-point win, maybe 7-point win. He said before the game he didn't want to talk about LSU.
Yeah.
He said, I want to talk about NC State.
Yeah, he wants to talk about LSU after the game and how much they want to pay him to come back. So
yeah, really.
Speaking about coming back, we are going to go ahead and take our break. When we do come back, we've got to share some stuff about the NFL that I want to talk about before we get to go. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. SEC champion Florida Gators are playing hot down the stretch.
Blanford open three. Bang, got it. What a start here for Florida.
And are poised to defend their national championship.
For a game winner, a three ball. Yes, it's good.
Listen live on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida for every big game, every dunk, and every step of the title defense. The home of Florida Gator basketball on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. Tonight there will be very little wind, clear skies, and 57. Mostly sunshine tomorrow morning, about the same at 71. In the afternoon and evening, mostly sunny and a gentle breeze right around 8 miles per hour with a high of 76. About the same at 75 Sunday, and we'll have a variety of some sun and light sprinkles. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
You've been low-key thinking about dropping a podcast. Well, now is the time to start, brah. Sports, politics, finance, science, health, real estate, music, interviews, surfing, conspiracy theories, or alien abductions. Ready to main character your own content? We can make it happen with Turnkey Podcast Productions from 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Our local, modern, state-of-the-art multimedia recording studio is now available for booking, starting at just $100 an episode. Take your fandom to the next level. For more information, text the keyword studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio 215-6290 or jam over to ESPNPC.com. Bruh.
Lanier in transition, hits the three, and a sign of life from Knoxville. Playing, driving right. Lob from Brazil and a two-hand slam. 6 on the clock. Now with 5. He drives on Maddox. Right elbow with 3. Spins to the foul line. Jumper up and it rattles in at the buzzer.
Don't miss any of this year's action on the road to the Final Four with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the men's NCAA tournaments.
Listen live exclusively on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida and the ESPN Northwest Florida app.
On this show, we don't hold back. We react, we dissect, and we tell it like it is. You're locked into the truth. You're locked into the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. We are live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You're tuned in to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you are. Don't forget, if you want to call in or text in, you can. 850-215-6290, the Red 7T's phone line. Also, don't forget tonight, right after the show, Miami and Virginia start, and then right after that game, Duke and Clemson. You know, we can't not talk about, I know you talk about we're in the middle of basketball season, and we are, but we've got to definitely touch base with some of the things going on in the football world. And if you looked at it today, there was finally an interview with none other than Kyler Murray, the new quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. And, you know, they asked him about Minnesota. They asked him about the Vikings and kind of opened up a little bit on us and didn't really know that this was the case. But he says that growing up, he was a Viking all the way through. He was a Viking when he was 7 years old playing tackle football. That's what he said. And he said he actually cried when Brett Favre threw the interception to end their game that day. So there you go. I mean, Kyler Murray with the Vikings. What do you think about that?
I was beginning to think that it was either Randall Cunningham or Culpepper, but he was in diapers when those guys were a quarterback. If he was even that. Because think about it.
Culpepper, yeah.
Culpepper was at Minnesota in 97, 98.
Cunningham wasn't on there for a little bit.
Yeah,
he was with the Eagles
3 years.
for the most of the time.
Yeah, for the most time. But towards the very end, Cunningham was at the Vikings. But yeah, Kyler Murray's even not that old. When he talks about Favre, that's 09.
Yeah.
2009. That's when they beat him up because they were doing, what was the gate thing? The tackle gate, I don't know, sack gate, whatever they called it.
Where he fell, yeah.
No, where the Saints had a bounty gate. That's it. That's the reason why Favre retired. Well, because there was a Saints were paying.
He was scared of the New Orleans Saints.
Well, no, they beat him up so bad, and he was like old.
Yeah,
and then he was like, "Well, I think I'm going to have to retire." The other one that got beat up real bad in that playoffs was Kurt Warner.
Yeah, I remember
who was at Arizona at that point.
Yeah. So when you look at Kyler Murray, I know we've talked about it a little bit. Do you still really feel like this is going to be something that revitalizes his career? Obviously, we've got, everything is what have you done for me lately. When you look at Sam Darnold, it reminds you of that story. So, obviously they're doing that. I didn't think of this, but this is another story of that as well. Daniel Jones revitalized his career as well.
Yeah.
But the difference between Daniel Jones, the difference between Sam Darnold is both of those guys are 6'4", 6'5". Kyler Murray's 5'9", guys, with cleats on. So really, he's a 5'5", standing behind the offensive line of the Minnesota Vikings. Is he really going to be able to do that? He's been injured. He's thrown the ball a lot. Is it the culture of Arizona, or is it Kyler Murray? Like, it can be both.
That's what I was about to say. It's both.
It could be both. And we'll find out if it's both. If J.J. McCarthy beats him out and they don't go to the playoffs, because they got him for a steal. Like, whether you think Kyler Murray, $1.3 million is a steal.
For 1 year.
For 1 year. That's a steal.
That's like, I get a glimpse of what you got.
Yeah, that's
in
like
a different location with a different guys around you.
And a different playbook and all of that.
And I didn't like that. Did I tell you that?
No.
I didn't like the 1 year thing. I thought they should have got him for 2 or 3 years because you're getting him for so cheap the first year. Might as well try and even out a little bit and give him an opportunity to actually stay, because Sam Darnold, 1 year and he's out of there.
Yeah.
Why are you taste testing? Have the whole meal. Give him the 2 year deal.
Well, the only reason why they signed Sam Darnold was because of J.J. McCarthy's injury. He was injured. That's the whole deal. Sam Darnold was never supposed to be the future of the Minnesota Vikings. It was J.J. McCarthy. That's who Kevin O'Connell drafted. He wanted J.J. McCarthy, or at least somebody did, and now they got what they wanted, and it didn't work out too well, so now they're going in a different direction. Do you think that goes at a different direction? Because we're going to talk about the Atlanta Falcons, but let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings real quick. What does that do to J.J. McCarthy? Because it does say to me, Kyler Murray is not over 30. He's not, injured so much that, he's done. This is not, yes, they signed him to a 1 year deal. Should J.J. McCarthy be a little bit worried? Or should he be like, no, this is good. Bring him in. He can teach me stuff. I'm the guy.
No, I don't think the teach me stuff part is even real.
He's been in the NFL. He knows NFL defense. He's got a lot of starts and a lot of experience.
No, I don't think he's going to be learning from him, but I think that he's going to have to step up his game and be on top of the reads and make sure he doesn't throw interceptions, because it's the mistakes. You have to be a game manager and you have to be a playmaker. But
you got to be able to throw the football to Justin Jefferson if you play for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't care how many other things you do. You got Jordan Addison, you got TJ Hossam, whatever his name, how do you ever you know who I'm talking about, the tight end, and then you got Jordan Addison. You got guys that can play. So what's the deal, man? Throw the football to the stars. You got Aaron Jones, who, whether he's on the backside of his career or not, you still got something going on there. If Kevin McConnell is realistically one of the great minds in the NFL, like they're trying to act like he's a quarterback whisperer, that's the whole reason behind Sam Darnold's success was Kevin McConnell, then you're going to see J.J. McCarthy doing something to take them to the playoffs. And if he doesn't go to the playoffs, J.J. McCarthy's done. Do you hear me? Yeah. He's done. If he don't take them to the playoffs, he's done. And you know what that means? That means if Kyler Murray beats out J.J. McCarthy, guess what else? J.J. McCarthy is done. Stick a fork in him, put him out of there. He's over. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and it'd be even worse if he got injured again.
Well, yeah. T.J. Hawkinson. There you go. That's right. I knew it was something. I just couldn't.
It's a long name. Starts with an H. And
it starts with an H.
Not Hushmanzada or whatever it was.
T.J. Hushmanzada.
Yeah.
He's been in the news talking about Chris Henry. So,
update Vandy 1 by 7. Vandy 1 by 7. They pulled it out.
Recommended Collision Center just shed a tear today.
Little brother.
Yeah, Brandon.
They're running little brother specials for all you people who don't like the volunteers, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brandon and those guys over at Recommended Collision Center do a great job on your vehicle, and they will not give you a discount if you come over there and say that Tennessee is Vanderbilt's little brother. Don't do that. Don't listen to Jeff. Go over there.
Tell them little brother sent you.
Don't do that. So, exactly. retail price, no discount for you. But definitely talking about the game, not a big shocker. Vanderbilt was supposed to win. Tennessee, a good team, but Vanderbilt just a little bit better.
In the tournament, obviously.
Yeah, so Tennessee's going to,
they're not ranked over. They were ranked 25, so that had them locked in about a 6, maybe a 7 seed.
So maybe Robert's right. Rick Barnes is not that great of a coach.
Well, yeah, you lost a little brother, and then you lost in football.
Yeah.
You better not do it in baseball.
Man, do you think that they were saying just like football? I mean, that would be terrible. But, I mean, Vanderbilt fans to me, though, aren't toxic.
There's not enough of them.
That's true. All right, so
they can always throw bottles like LSU.
Oh, no. If you're an LSU fan and you're here on spring break, stay in the condo. Don't leave, because it just seems like you guys don't know how to act when you get out in public.
But they just need to make them drink out of plastic bottles.
No, that's half the problem. Don't let them drink. That's the deal. What's a good LSU fan? One that doesn't drink. I keep you on water here, and everything works out just fine.
I thought that was vodka.
No, it's not.
No.
But Wednesday night at the Lone Star Bowl House, you can have the Jeff and Paul special.
Yes,
and,
I will have that.
Okay, I won't. I'll just have the lemonade part.
You can have Amber Box.
So listen, no, thank you. So listen, when you look at the Atlanta Falcons, now their GM came out today and as well said that he's talked to Tua and Michael Penix. Now, Michael Penix Jr., he is on an injury right now, so he's working to get back. He's promised that he's going to be ready to go come week 1. That's what he said. Now, obviously, he come from an injury. All of that stuff, rehab, all that is going to be, whatever. But the GM said that he's had conversations with Michael Penix and he's had a conversation with Tua. And he told them both that this is a competition. There is no QB1 right now in Atlanta. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about it, except that I hope that Penix doesn't rush back. Because rushing back and getting injured again, we throw you in this big old label, you know, that you have a injury problem.
Yeah, and
year after year.
Okay, but who's he in the injury problem with? The same person he's got competition with, Tua. So now, if he stays broken, then Atlanta's got 2 broken quarterbacks. So it's just going to be curious to see. But why don't we ever talk about Joe Burrow being in that? Because Joe Burrow has missed a lot of games, too.
Yeah, yes.
Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, but it's always Tua. Tua's always the one that gets pushed out in the forefront. Say, we should wrap him in bubble wrap. And I agree. I understand all that. But I'm just saying, why don't we talk about Joe Burrow the same way that we talk about Tua? Because Joe Burrow, I mean, his second year in the NFL, he was out the whole season. I'm just saying, just a point.
Can we call concussions a brain injury?
Yeah, it's a brain injury.
I mean,
Jeff's had a couple of concussions himself.
Do you not like quiver when you think of if we called it a brain injury, what it is, it does not make you go no, that's not something that should ever happen.
I know this is probably going to get some pushback. I know that Dobbs, the wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers, now he's with the Patriots. I know that they make fun of him for wearing the cap on his head.
Yeah.
I'm 100% okay with every single person in the NFL, in college football, in high school football, wearing that cushion.
Yeah.
I am totally okay with it. If it stops it from happening, if it stops you from getting a concussion, I'm on board for it. I love it. Wear it. I don't care how ridiculous it looks. I don't care what it makes you feel like. It might, with somebody like Kyler Murray wearing it, it's going to look like, I don't know what it's going to look like. 5'5" with a big old head. That's just how it's going to be. But I think so. But anyway, getting back to Atlanta. Now, Bone Crusher, you love the Falcons. That's your team. Going into week 1, how do you feel about possibly having Tua Tagovailoa as your starting quarterback and Michael Penix Jr., your rookie that came in and sat the bench, now sitting behind him as well?
I'm furious. the Falcons have messed up again by trading Kirk Cousins, the only quarterback, the number one, that's got probably the ability to stay on his feet through the whole season and get him to that NFC South Division championship. We messed up again. We got two, as you said, broke QBs.
And that's fair. It is fair. I think, okay, so with the way Kevin Stefanski, he's not a new coach. He knows exactly what to do. He's been in the league long enough. He's had some success with Cleveland. I know that sounds very weird to say, but he has. He's had some success with Cleveland. He has won, he has went to the playoffs with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, won a playoff game.
And won a playoff game at Cleveland, which is a hard thing to do,
yes.
Right? Obviously, he's fallen off. The Cleveland Browns have fallen off again, and he was there at the helm. Now he's in Atlanta. A lot of people didn't like him. Now he makes this. Sounds like some Atlanta fans don't love it. My question about it was, does it injure the mindset of these young quarterbacks? You got J.J. McCarthy and you got Michael Penix Jr., to have these veteran guys that have been in the league for 6 and 7 years to come into a place that you're supposed to be. They drafted you to be the guy, to them pay them money, small amounts, but they had different situations where the Cardinals are going to pay and the Dolphins are going to pay. So, yeah, they sign them for this $1 million contract each for the most part. And so you got two scenarios where it's the same situation. If they win the quarterback competition, if Tua is the starter on week 1 because he beat Michael Penix out, not because Michael's hurt, but if he beats him out,
he will.
That could probably make Michael Penix be a career backup and eventually be out of the league. J.J. McCarthy, same instance. If Kyler Murray goes there and beats J.J. McCarthy out of that quarterback 1 position, I think these guys will be done. I think we'll be done. And then you'll be looking, if they don't go to the playoffs, I think you'll see Atlanta and you'll see Minnesota back in the quarterback market, not maybe even next year, because there's going to be so many. And it depends on what their record's going to be. Miami, they did what they did. They stayed right there with Tua. Same thing with Arizona. They did what they did. They stayed right there with Arizona. They were no good. I'm just saying, Minnesota, if Kyler can't get them to the playoffs or if JJ can't get them to the playoffs, McConnell might be on the hot seat the following year, but don't be surprised if they trade up, trade out, and get a first-round draft pick and go with a quarterback, somebody fresh out of college and trying to do something big. What do you think?
I think maybe they should ground themselves when they get drafted to be the quarterback in the first round like that. I mean, Quinn Ewers wasn't a first rounder.
No.
And he'll probably still get a shot just as evenly as J.J. McCarthy is.
See, I think they signed Malik to be QB1. I think he comes in as QB1.
And he will be replaced by Quinn Ewers.
Oof, that's tough. I don't know. We'll see. I just know that with that being said, Wisconsin has beaten Illinois in the tournament.
No noise in
I know.
Illinois.
I like to say it because I know it bugs you.
Yeah.
I say it because it bugs you. There's a lot of things I do that bug you, and I do it on purpose. You'll learn one day.
Etienne.
Okay, we got to talk about that when we come back from the break. Don't forget, we will talk about that. We got to talk about how to pronounce Travis. I'm not even going to say it. You listen to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge.
Hey, it's Paul. Join me, Jeff, and the Sports Blitz this Wednesday from 4 to 6 for a live remote broadcast at Lone Star Boil House. We'll have $25 crawfish trays, $2 Amberbach draft specials, college basketball, and your chance to win a $100 Lone Star Boil House gift card in the Sports Blitz Big Bracket Challenge. Join us Wednesday at Lone Star Boil House on 5th Street, downtown Panama City with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you living with with chronic pain, anxiety, or sleepless nights? You don't have to just get by. You deserve to thrive. At Thrive Alternative Medicine on Panama City Beach Parkway, Dr. Laughlin and counselor Suzanne Clark provide a compassionate path to relief. From medical marijuana card certifications to professional mental health counseling, managing conditions like PTSD, chronic pain, and the complexities of cancer. Book online at thrivealternativemedicine.com. thrivealternativemedicine.com. Find the relief you deserve.
Hi, friends. My name's Amy McGowan, and I'm a local residential realtor in Bay County with LPT Realty. I would love to help you buy, sell, or find your next investment property in Panama City Beach or the surrounding areas. Please call me today at 850-775-7885 or find me on my website at amyinpcbsellsre.com.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Brandon Strickland from Recommended Collision Center, Jinx Avenue in Panama City.
At Recommended Collision Center, we're all about taking care of our community. And advertising on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has helped us do just that. Social media ads were getting stale, but the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson gave us a fresh way to reach local customers. We've seen more vehicles coming in for estimates, more phone calls, and more people recognizing our name. It's been a great partnership for our business, pairing up with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button. Get your message heard and cut through the clutter. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button.
This is the Sports Blitz, where we don't have guests. We have punching bags. The Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for college basketball, specifically the ACC and the SEC tournament. Tonight, right after the show, Miami versus Virginia at 6 o'clock, Duke versus Clemson tonight after that game. And don't forget, tomorrow, Florida plays Vandy at noon. That's exactly what Jeff's talking about. Do you think it's going to be Vanderbilt who beats the Gators? You've said it. You said the Gators are not going to win the SEC championship this year. Who is going to beat them? Is it going to be Vandy on Saturday?
Yeah, because I think they're going to rest their guys. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they rest them at the very beginning.
They're not.
No? You think they're going to go all out and try and win that SEC tournament?
When they won it last year, they won the tournament last year, too.
What do they have to prove?
They want to hang up the banner that says a two-time SEC champion. That's what it says. It still matters, Jeffrey. You tried to tell me during football season that the conference championships need to go away. Now you're telling me in basketball they don't even matter. Well, I've been telling you that for a long time in football.
And baseball, they don't matter either.
Yeah.
LSU doesn't care about no baseball.
You're starting to flip-flop. You're starting
all the sports. Just do away the conference championship.
All right.
It's not a quarterfinal. Just do away with it.
Let's do away with it.
Yeah, it'll cut into the money that people are making or not making, like Rutgers not making anything.
Yeah, so I'm so excited because I got to listen to a video today.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I'm so excited, and I hope everybody's listening, I hope Jeffrey's girlfriend's listening. I hope Jeffrey's brother's listening. I hope all of Jeffrey's daughters are listening right now, because I listened to Travis, the new running back for the New Orleans Saints, who came over from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
And everybody says Travis Etienne, like E-T
ETN. Yeah.
And Jeffrey corrected me when I said ETN, and he said it was
Etienne.
Etienne. Okay. And can I say that, Jeffrey, you're wrong, my friend. That is not how to pronounce Travis Achan's name.
Achan?
Achan. A-C-H-A-N-E is how you pronounce E-T-I-E-N-N-A. It's Achan. He said it today. I listened to his video. He said, I get to finally go back to Louisiana and be called by my real name, Travis Achan. So it's just like Achan, that's the running back for the Dolphins. It's exactly the way you pronounce it. He said he got tired of correcting people. He said, I'm tired of correcting people, so everybody can say it how you want, but it's Achan. It's Travis Achan. A-C-H-A-N-E is how he said that you pronounce ETN. There you go.
This up.
This is a big win for Paul.
It's a big win. I mean, on a Friday.
If you look up on YouTube and you punch in that name, and it's a French name, they'll tell you how to say Etienne.
Okay, but it's his name.
Yeah, I know.
And he knows how to say his name.
Yeah, true.
I don't care.
Well, his family does. No, because like different families. Let me tell you a story. Are you ready for this?
Play the music.
Yeah. You know Bobby Hebert?
Yeah, Hebert. Okay. Robbie Hebert.
My father-in-law was a Hebert, and his dad, he would, once he would leave Louisiana, he would not say Hebert. He would say Hebert.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew how to say Hebert.
Yeah. I understand.
And that's what people do a lot of times when they leave Louisiana. They just go with the flow.
Yeah, and that's what Travis Achan did. So now we've got to, see, you're trying to say just because it's spelled close, you can say what you want, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is not like etouffee. All right? You're wrong, okay?
There's some words I say wrong, though. You know it.
Well, that's one of them. There we go. So on Friday, let it be known that Jeffrey mispronounced a Cajun name, and he's half Cajun. So there we go.
I am.
Wow.
And return his Cajun card.
Yeah, that's right. So how does this affect the Florida game, seeing that they're going to play Vanderbilt? You got Arkansas. You believe Arkansas is going to take care of business. You believe Alabama is going to take care of business?
I don't know about Arkansas beating Alabama, but yeah, sure. You're going to force me to pick? I'll pick Arkansas.
No. Do you think Arkansas is going to get to Bama? You think they're winning tonight?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to...
Arkansas's got Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma is going to be able to run with Arkansas. Arkansas can score a lot of points. Obviously, they're the highest scoring team in the nation. And, you'd have to have a drought. That's the way that Oklahoma is going to have to win, is Arkansas is going to have to not shoot the ball like they've been doing for the last month.
Yeah.
And then Alabama, they're gonna beat Ole Miss. Come on. Ole Miss has gotten lucky up to this part. Georgia fans were complaining about the officiating when they lost the game, but you fell behind so far at the beginning of the game, you had to play catch up. And you should have never been in that position. Ole Miss is a 15 seed.
Yeah.
A 15 seed playing in the quarterfinals. This does not usually happen.
And they're being led by the former coach of the Houston Cougars, Chris Beard, who has had a lot of experience in the NCAA tournament.
If he beats Bama, oh my God.
They still won't go to the tournament because that's only they've got to win. They've got to win it.
They got to win it all.
Yeah.
And they're not going to win it all.
Yeah.
But if they upset Alabama, we're going to be talking about this on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't care who wins that SEC tournament. Ole Miss has really just shocked people.
Yeah.
It's okay to win one or two games, but when you pull 3 upsets in a row, that's a big deal.
So if you got Arkansas, Alabama, and Vandy, out of those 3 teams, who do you think is going to beat Florida?
I think Vandy's going to knock them off, so Arkansas is not even going to get a shot at playing Florida because they won't be in the finals.
So usually when this kind of stuff happens, like when you beat the team before the championship, usually the team that beats the champion loses to the next team that's supposed to beat you. So,
you're right.
So you're saying that Arkansas is going to be the champion of the SEC. You think Cal is going to bring Arkansas a championship to the Fayetteville faithful?
Yeah, and then they'll lose in the Sweet 16.
You think they'll make it to the Sweet 16, Arkansas?
Yeah. Why
Just
not?
because they score so many points?
Oh, yeah.
That's
you got a hot hand. You got a lot of guys that can shoot. Sure, Sweet 16.
Well, Acuff was the SEC Player of the Year and the Freshman of the Year, which has never happened since I think it was
Kentucky guy.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But when you look at him, when you look at what Cal, he's got the experience, but he's not having the best team. It always seemed like hurt Cal. When Cal didn't have the best team on the court, he usually didn't win. You know how coaches can coach players up?
Yeah.
Cal only won with the best players on the team when he had the best team of players. Unfortunately, that's the way I see it.
Okay. Now, you always ask me how do I see it, and I'm sticking on my neck, picking upsets, right? You haven't said anything. What's Bama going to do? Break the Bama fans' hearts right now. Is Bama going to beat Arkansas after they beat Ole Miss?
Yes.
So Bama's in the SEC championship.
Bama's going to play Florida in the SEC championship.
Wow.
And I could see it going. I could see Alabama winning and getting hot, okay? But do I think that that's going to happen? I don't. Because I think both teams really understand. I think Nate Oates, as much as you say Todd Golden doesn't really, wouldn't care about winning the SEC championship, I think for Todd Golden, I think it matters. Mm-hmm. I think Nate Oates, I don't think it matters to him as much. Now, does that mean that I think he's going to tell him to not play as hard or sit his starters out? No, he's not going to do that. But I do think that Florida's the best team in the SEC. I think they will win. I'm hoping they're going to make a long run. It really depends on what side of the bracket they get and where they are. And with that being said, I think come Monday, I think we'll be talking about the Gators hoisting the championship, Todd Golden finishing a back-to-back season that hadn't happened in a long time, since 2015 with the University of Kentucky. So I think Golden and the boys are going to take care of business. I do.
So now Bama's finished. They lost the SEC championship in football. Mm-hmm. They lose the championship in basketball. They could do it in baseball.
Yeah.
We could do the trifecta.
Yeah. Was LSU in the championship in football or basketball?
No.
Okay.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm just asking questions. I mean, I am your resident, pronunciation master now. So, if you need any questions about any Cajun names, just holler at your boy. I got you.
I will.
So let me ask you this. We don't have but about a couple of minutes to go. Would it be more shocking to you that the Gators lose or Duke loses? Which one would be more shocking?
Oh, golly. The thing is, I think Duke's going to beat Clemson. I think Duke's going to lose the final game. I'm picking a lot of upsets.
So
here.
You believe that both number one seeds in the SEC and the ACC are going to lose this weekend in their tournament, and you're picking the number 2 team and the number 3 team in the SEC. So Arkansas and Virginia.
Yes.
And Duke and Florida are both going to lose.
Yeah.
I could see Duke losing before I see Florida losing.
Okay.
I honestly think that Duke is not as good as everybody said. I know that they lost their 2 best guards. I think they're their best guards. Or, when you talk about best guards, I'm looking at defense. I'm looking at longevity, being able to play. Those guys, they've been good all year. And not having 2 of your guards in there, that's going to deplete your rotation. Your rotation matters. Their legs get tired. When you start seeing the ball come off the rim a little bit in the front, when they start front rimming it, that means those legs are getting tired, and they're trying to overcompensate with their arms when they're shooting.
This Duke Clemson's game is a total sellout, even at 8:30 at night.
You think so?
9:30 Eastern time zone, because they're in Charlotte.
Yeah. You think it's going to be packed out? You think it's going to be a loud environment?
Yeah.
Is Duke fans going to be the most loud in there?
I don't know.
Yes.
Clemson is really not that far away from, they go right over Rock Hill and cross the state line, and they're right in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mean, their locality is going to help out their fan support being there. And also spring break.
Yeah, they'll be open. So, I mean, I think really when you look at this game tonight, if they win tonight, you're saying they're going to play Virginia. Virginia's probably going to, you say, win. I don't know.
Well, guess what we got?
What, about a minute to go?
Yeah, and then Virginia and Miami Hurricanes are playing right after our show's up.
Yeah, it's going to be over as soon as we start. Let me say this, just so everybody knows, we're doing our Wednesday show at the Lone Star Boil House from 4 to 6. Now, that's not when it stops. We're going to keep staying there. We're going to hang out. We're going to eat. Jeffrey's going to drink. We're going to start the party at the Lone Star Boil House. Make sure you come out, shake our hands. Tell Jeffrey how much you disagree with him about his sports selections. Fill out your bracket. It's free. Doesn't cost you a dime. Come fill out your bracket.
Prizes.
We're going to have prizes. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. It's going to be really worth your while. And you know what? We're going to keep up with those brackets during the week. And we'll make sure you write your first and last name on there so we can definitely...
And phone number to get in touch with you.
So we can let you know when you win. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. You can fill out more than one bracket. I'm okay with 2 with everybody.
2's the max.
2's the max for everybody. You can have 2 winners, and we will be giving away a second place prize. So there you go. And it's going to be gift cards to restaurants. So it's not going to be just some little gift card that you can't use or, this, that, or the other. It's going to be something huge. All right. I know the first prize is going to have at least a couple of $100 worth of prize in there. So it's going to be good to go. A definite prize pack that you don't want to miss. And you know what? It's pretty easy. All you got to do is like Jeffrey does. Just pick all the winners, and you got it. That's all it works. All right? Thanks for listening this week. Y'all been great. Thanks for all the calls. We value you, and we can't wait to tell Jeffrey how wrong he is on Monday. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Be careful, everybody.
Your home for college basketball, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up tonight in the ACC semifinals, your Miami Hurricanes versus the Virginia Cavaliers.